Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Keaton coming at you from my office, which is also, of course, my car, sitting here between delivery gigs on what is a fairly slow Tuesday morning. But something interesting happened this morning. A New York Times poll was just released that really has the libs flummoxed. They're very confused and very, very upset about this. The poll said that 74% of Americans think that American democracy is in peril, but only 8% of Americans listed the state of our democracy as their top issue heading into the midterms. And the libs don't know what to make of this. Jen Psaki tweeted out, "Holy moly," in response to this. Holy moly. They don't understand. How can 3/4 of people think democracy is in danger, but fewer than 10% seem to give much of a damn about it? Well, the answer is very, very obvious. It's a point that's been stressed throughout history. We've stressed it a few times on this show, and I will just reiterate the point that democracy is not an end in and of itself. Democracy is the means to an end. The end being the empowerment and well-being of ordinary people. And when democracy no longer proves itself a viable means to that end, people do not invest in the protection or the preservation of democratic systems. Franklin Roosevelt addressed this in his famous For Freedom speech in 1941, when obviously democracy was under threat all around the world, much in the same way that it is now, according to most people. All right. And what he said was very, very simple, but very, very profound, and it bears repeating. So I'll just read a brief portion. He said, "There is nothing mysterious about the foundations of a healthy and strong democracy. The basic things expected by our people of their political and economic systems are simple. They are equality of opportunity for youth and for others, jobs for those who can work, security for those who need it, the ending of special privilege for the few, the preservation of civil liberties for all, the enjoyment of the fruits of scientific progress in a wider and constantly rising standard of living. These are the simple, the basic things that must never be lost sight of in the turmoil and unbelievable complexity of our modern world. The inner and abiding strength of our economic and political systems is dependent upon the degree to which they fulfill these expectations." In plain English, what that means is the ordinary person looks at democracy and they say, well, if democracy can't get me a good paying job, if democracy can't get me a roof over my head, if democracy can't get me to a doctor when I'm sick, then what the hell good is it? What good is it? Democracy has to deliver in those ways that he outlined in order for people to invest in its preservation. And that one item there, the ending of special privilege for the few. The ending of special privilege for the few. Well, here's a nugget. In that New York Times poll, the same poll that showed that, yes, people understand democracy is under threat, but they don't seem to care very much. There was a question in that poll that says, who does the government really work for? And 68% of respondents said the government works for the powerful elite, not for ordinary people. So there's your answer right there. There it is. People will only invest in democracy if they believe that democracy is investing in them.
Please clap.